In this lecture, I want to explain about a special scenario in case of family trees and also want to show you how to solve that issue if it arises in your case. And the issue is that if any of the name gets repeated, then the family tree is not getting displayed. So let me show you. This is the family tree we have created and this is the code we have written for that. So as of now, the family tree is getting displayed correctly. Now suppose Kevin has children named John and Sarah. That is same as the name of his father. Kevin's father's name is John, and if his son's name is also John, then let's see what happens. That is, let me change Aaron to John, or you can even change Sarah to John. Anywhere in the family tree, we want to have the same name repeated. So here I'm going to make the change. So instead of Aaron, I'm going to make it as John itself. That is, the father's name and son's name is same for Kevin. Now let me save this and show you. See, we are not able to see the family tree itself. And let me show you the console. More tools, developer tools. And here we are able to see the error like uncaught error ambiguous John at d3.v5.min.js at 3 familytree.html36. So if we go to 36, this is the line. So what happens here? We are specifying parent ID to be return d.parent, that is a name. So it is not unique. This expects the values to be unique. That is, ID and parent ID should be actually unique. But we have just specified d.child and d.parent as the values, assuming that the values are different. So obviously there could be a situation where the name gets repeated anywhere in the family tree, right? A person can always name his child in remembrance of his father, right? Or mother. So there are chances to have the same name repeated. So let me show you a solution to this problem. That is, if the name gets repeated, then there should not be any error. We should get the correct family tree display. So let me show you how we can do that. Now we are going to add ID and parent ID for each of these elements. So let me show you how we can do that. Let me specify ID to be 1. Okay. And parent ID to be null for this one. So parent ID to be null because John is not having any parent, right? Here we have specified parent to be empty string. So like this, I am going to use ID and parent ID for each of these elements or items. And for the children of John, we will set the parent ID to be this value. So for items or child elements that are having parent as John, I'm going to set parent ID to be 1. So let me copy up to this. Okay. And for this Kevin, parent is John. So let me paste it and let me change the ID to be 2 and parent ID to be 1. Then for Anne as well, the parent is John. So let me again paste it and ID let it be 3 and parent ID to be 1 itself. Hope you understand what I am trying to do here. We are adding actually separate IDs for each element and the parent ID will be the ID of the parent. So here for John, as there is no parent, we are setting parent ID to be null and ID to be 1. And for the child elements of John, that is Kevin and Anne, here it is Kevin and here it is Anne. For them, I am specifying the ID to be 2 and 3 and the parent ID to be 1. Now for the child elements of Kevin, we will set the parent ID to be 2 because Kevin's ID is 2, which will be set as the parent ID for child elements of Kevin. So this is one child of Kevin, right? So here let me specify ID to be 4 and parent ID to be 2. Then one more child is there for Kevin, right? That is Sarah. So for that, let me specify ID to be 5 and parent ID to be 2. Okay. Then which all elements are there? For 3. That is, for child elements of Anne, I want to set the ID to be 3, right? So let me check. This is one child element, that is Hannah. So for that, let me paste it. And let me make the ID to be 6 because 5 is there. And parent ID to be, Anne's ID is 3. So that is the value of parent ID. And for Anne, we have one more child, that is Mark. So for that, let me again paste it. Change the ID to be 7, not 6, 7, because 6 is already assigned. And parent ID to be 3. Now, which all elements are remaining? Let me check. This one, that is, the parent is Sarah. So let me check the ID of Sarah. It is 5. So here, let me paste the ID to be 8 and parent ID to be, Sarah's value is 5. Okay. Then we have one more child for Sarah. So let me again paste it. Change the ID to be 9 and parent ID to be 5. Then this child is Hannah's child. So for Hannah, we have set the ID to be 6. So I can paste again and change this to 10 and parent ID to be Hannah's ID, that is 6. So hope you understand what we have done here. We have assigned IDs for all the 10 entries and we have set the parent ID to be the ID of the parent. So here the parent ID is 2 because the parent is Kevin, and for Kevin we have set the ID to be 2. So we have added ID and parent ID separately. Now what we are going to do is that when we assign the values here, instead of d.child, I'm going to specify d.id, and for parent ID, I'm going to specify parent ID itself. Because previously we have been specifying the names, that is d.child for the child element and d.parent for the parent element. Here we have separate IDs and parent IDs which are unique, right? IDs are unique. Now let me save this and show you. See, we are getting the name correctly. See, Kevin is having the son John. Kevin's parent name is also John. Suppose I want to name the child of Sarah to be Kevin. That is Rose and Kevin. So let me change the name Angel to Kevin. So here instead of Angel, suppose I change this to Kevin and save this. See, we are getting the name Kevin. So here what we have solved, actually name conflict issue has been solved. So previously we have been getting an error like ambiguous name, right? Because we have been passing the name of parent and child as the ID values while using the stratify method. So that was resulting in a conflict, that is name conflict. So in real world scenario, there could be the same name repeated anywhere in the family tree. So to solve that, we have added an ID and parent ID and then used that ID and parent ID here. So this is the actual correct way of using the data for the family tree. So you can make this change in all the family tree data to avoid the name conflict issue.